Well, welcome back, everyone, to Talk and Tap, the weekly tapinar. And I'm here with my tapping partner, Kandiee Campbell, who is the unbelievable host of the Awaken Hope Show. We'll put all that information in here for you so you have it, but please go look for that and listen in. We are partnering, we're sort of tagging each other. And Candy's joining me quite regularly here, pretty much almost every time. And then I am doing her live show. It's not a live show, it's recorded, right? Candy, it's recorded. It's twice a month. We're getting together to record there. We're kind of back to back. So one day we're doing here for YouTube, and then the next day we're doing hers. So we're having this great time bringing up topics. A lot of them are just coming up for both of us anyway. And then talking about it, what we know and what we can do, and then tapping, doing some real tapping. So I've been taking Candy through some tapping processes so that you can tap along and learn how simple it is and how fast it works. Welcome, Candy.
Thank you, Sandy. I
Yeah,
enjoy this. I get a lot out of it, and it really does work. For anybody that doesn't tap, I encourage you to follow, go back to Sandy's episodes and look at learn about the foundation of tapping because it really can make a difference in your life. And I've seen testimonials from people that have listened to her episodes on my show, and people have written in and said it works. It's changing their lives. So if
yeah.
this is new to you, I encourage you follow along, download the episodes, and just begin to change your life.
It has a huge impact. And it's quite interesting because it has been around a while, but Candy and I realize that there's still many who don't know about it, who still have questions of, a lot of times it's like, well, what do I do? What do I say? And you'll notice as we do this, it's whatever's in your head is what needs to come out as you're tapping. And you can do that out loud or to yourself, but verbalizing is part of the power of it. And what I know for sure now is that in any area of your life, you cannot heal until you feel safe in your body. And
Mhm.
that's what this process does. EFT, emotional freedom technique, tapping, where we simply use our fingertips to tap on acupuncture, acupressure, or acupuncture. I made a new word. Points along your face and upper body, and it works so fast. And we were just talking before uh, we came on about what we might want to work on today. So I just want to mention that we are never scripted. We just are going with the flow. We're coming on, checking in with each other, and if you'd like to participate and tell us what's driving you crazy, what's keeping you up at night, what are the things that you're worried about, and let me know and let Candy know for her show, and we will do a whole segment on that. So it
Mhm.
doesn't matter whether it's your health and your weight, your money, your relationships, anything. So let's just go with that, right, Candy? We're just going to jump in.
Yep.
And I guess I should always remind you that we do have resources for you. I will put those in the in with this as well, so you have the links where you can go and get the free download to see the tapping points and a little explanation on what it is and how it works. They're very, very short and lots of different resources out there for you. So let's get started, Candy. I was
Okay.
checking in with you earlier and you were talking about your big dream and how sometimes that feels so good and other times it just kind of takes you into a spin.
Yep. It does. I mean, I have very big aspirations for my radio show, but it's larger than sometimes I can even fathom. And it's at the ultimate dream is huge. And it can get scary when I start thinking about it because it's like, oh, I go into all types of thoughts then, I know it's done and the it's coming, but when transition into it's coming, it's done, then I start to get myself a little freaked out about that.
Yeah. So what pops into your head then?
Am I ready? Um, you know, the CEO, I had texted the CEO of the radio show and I was mentioning some stuff and he was like, get ready, they're excited about where the direction I'm going. They're excited that I'm dreaming, that this is bigger than me. And he was mentioning to me, he's like, dreaming and having big aspirations. This is what made Oprah so successful.
Exactly.
And Larry King, who happened to both of them had radio shows and very and shows
Yeah.
in general, and they were very successful at what they did. And when I start and think, I start thinking about that. I mean, I kind of get a little, oh, I freeze in my shoes, in my boots at that moment, going, do I do I have what it takes to walk in shoes like they do, or did, or are?
Yeah. Yeah. That's huge when you think about it. And, um, we all tend to do that because we don't really think that we can be. It's that comparison thing, and as we've talked about before, it comes from a long time ago in our childhood when we were given certain beliefs, misbeliefs, we call them, so that's going to pop up because it doesn't feel safe. And as I was just saying before, you need to feel safe. So whether you're trying to work on physical issues or this, which is all on the emotional aspect of stepping up and putting yourself out there and saying, yes, I can do this, right? I do the
Mhm.
same thing. I'm trying to have a lot of you people, follow me and share and make us, not make, but help us help others and give this beautiful tool to so many more people. So I wanted to bring up something that happened to me yesterday that I've sort of um, taught a lot of my clients, but I forget, that it's such a valuable way to use tapping. And it's called tapping in the moment, like
Mm.
right then. And it just can help you come down out of the busy mind that, that's sort of that little hamster wheel that's running with, and the feelings that you get in your body. And, it can be really quite a lot of anxiety that comes up. And so when this happens, you can start to tap immediately. Now, a couple things come to mind around that. One is, well, it depends on where you are and whether you can or not, because I'm going to look foolish if I start poking my fingers around my face or something. So there is something called stealth tapping. And that just means that we can tap anywhere, anytime without anyone knowing it. It's really great when you have to work with other people in an office, or you're one of my clients was a nurse during COVID, right in the middle of it. She learned to do it walking down the hall. And students in school, that whether they have test anxiety or there's stuff going on at home, they can really use these kinds of things and not be embarrassed or called out or bullied. And for some of us, it's people who know me go, oh, there she goes again. What are you up to, right? But it's really easy. So the one that comes to me fastest is just using the collarbone points, which is just under the collarbone itself, those two knobs at the end that meet towards the middle, and you come down and out about an inch into the indentation. When you put your hand sort of over your heart, on the breastbone, your finger and thumb kind of naturally fall right into those 2 points. So you can place your hand like that. It's a universal sign. And you can just rub those 2 points and or you can tap them with that finger and thumb or the whole hand or just all the fingers. I mean, there's lots of different ways that you can just I tend to just tap the fingers all together, but this can symbolize to someone else that you're just having a moment of empathy with them. You don't really have to worry that it's you. I've even seen doctors teach little kids this, when they have a fear, they've had a injury or an illness and they got to get back out on the ice rink for hockey. They'll just tap their whole hand on their chest and it really does work. So that's a beautiful one. I tend to gravitate to that a lot. But the other is fingertip tapping. And you can use one finger from one hand to tap the other hand. But what I do, and you'll have to make sure you watch this video on YouTube to see me or pull up one of the other ones because I think I've done it before. But you basically take your, if you think about where they are, the points are on the side of the nail, sort of the nail bed right at the side on so on the thumb, it's the inner side. And then on the fingers, on the side of the nail, one after the other. So it's very easy to use your pointer finger on the thumb, on the side of the thumb, and simply tap there. And then use your thumb on the side of the fingertips. And you can go back and forth or just, start at the beginning again, but it's literally tapping the side
Mhm.
like that. And you can do both hands or one, as always, because these points are on both sides and either or both work. But when we teach kids this, they can walk down that hallway of school or be at their desk and literally doing that tapping. I saw one of my mentors giving a talk, and when she first started, she was walking back and forth on the stage doing that. Both hands were going. I didn't know what it was yet. I was like, fun, that is really cool. But it just helps you stay grounded and keep your thoughts from messing up your head when you're trying to do things.
Mhm.
And so that is two of my favorite ways. But the other one, and this one is so powerful because especially on Zoom, or you can be at a lunch or dinner, at a meeting, you tap on the side of the hand, which those points run from the base of the pinky down to that uh, bone at the bottom of the hand by the wrist. So it's just along the side, and you use your other hand's fingertips to tap that. And the beauty of it is when you're like this, like we are on camera, I can be leaning in and I'm listening and I'm still tapping away. Now, you can be leaning in at lunch or dinner, like I said, having drinks. Your hands are down below the table or
Mhm.
the bar top, right? I did this in the ICU and the emergency rooms with my late husband, and I would sit on the edge of the chair with my hands between my legs, and just it looks like I'm just leaning in, and there I was tapping. It actually helped me focus on what the doctors and nurses were saying. So it was really, really crucial for me to be able to do that. So imagine, again, you can be at a desk and
Mm.
just leaning in, tapping that way. This is usually used for setups when we're doing tapping. We're talking about what's going on in our head. But my favorite way is to use it like that, tapping in the moment. So just give yourself a chance to do that. So the other part that comes up before we dive into any tapping with Kandiee is the idea that we have 17 seconds to catch the negative thoughts. And it's those worry things about, oh my God, I shouldn't have, or I should have, or about the future with what if, and oh my gosh. And when those come up, you've got 17 seconds. When you start tapping within that time frame, you've caught it. And when you start to work on anything, even if you've missed that point in time, this still does work, but it's just faster and you can come out of the angst faster. Um, you have now, it takes 10 to 90 seconds for that tapping to turn off, that fight, flight, freeze, fawn, to calm down and soothe the nervous system and bring you down into the grounded, more peaceful, more relaxed feeling so that you're not up there spinning around. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? It's like, okay, what can I do next? And it's just so powerful. So let's go ahead and get into it now. I want to take Kandiee through a little bit of this tapping around this bit of fear and anxiety coming up about this powerful dream she has about her the Awaken Hope Show, which hope stands for helping one person every day. And so these shows go out. I want you to please make sure that you go there and listen, save them, use them again, listen, share them with others. Be sure to save and download things here and there because it's just so powerful. And you'll never know who you're going to help next. So let's just go there because you will think of someone and you'll go, oh, let me send that episode. Because Kandiee has some amazing guests on there. I feel very privileged to be part of that. Okay, Kandiee, so just take a breath for me and get into your body. Come down out of your busy mind a little bit. Just take a nice soft breath. And as you feel into your body, just come down and feel your feet. Sort of press your soles into the bottom of your shoes and the floor. Feel your fingers, wiggle them a little bit. Just feeling into your body. And now, what's that overriding issue today? Does it feel like an anxiety, a fear? They kind of go hand in hand most of the time. What's that? What is it for you right now?
I would say probably, yeah, there's an anxiety that
Yeah,
um, about being able to, I know I can, what my dreams are, but because they're so large, they feel overwhelming. There's a bit of overwhelm there that, oh my gosh, can I step into those shoes?
yeah,
Because these shoes that I'm working on stepping into, I've been worn by some very significant people in the world. And not that I'm going to step into those exact shoes, but they're going to be similar. And
right. Yeah, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. All right, so let's just feel into that. This anxiousness and this, oh my God, big shoes. And as you just sort of do a little scan of your body from the top of your head to your toes, just moving down through your body, where are you feeling this anxiousness and anxiety, this sensation? Is there discomfort, pain, unease somewhere in your body?
I'd say there's probably a bit of a twinge in my heart.
Hmm.
I mean, it's like, if you can imagine, it gets larger and then it shrinks back, kind of like your heart does. But
I was just picturing that, the heart coming, like a 3D on the screen, the heart grows bigger and comes back. I'm seeing a sort of a graphic cartoonish version of that, but I can feel that. So just feel into that. And now, what's the intensity around this? 0 to 10, 10 being over the top panicky.
I would say probably about a 6 right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so lean into that idea. That's a 6. And you start talking about it more, it can ramp up a little bit. Mhm. So, especially when your boss is telling you to get ready, right? So let's just feel into that now, and we're going to start tapping. Um, I'm just going to check my notes as we go along. And I'm not going to do a setup statement. We're just going to dive right in. I feel
Okay.
sometimes when we have anxiety, it's just kind of best to get going on it. So let's just start tapping. Let's go to the eyebrow. I feel so anxious.
I feel so anxious.
Side of the eye. I'm stepping into some pretty big shoes.
I'm stepping into some pretty big shoes.
Under eye. I know my dreams.
I know my dreams,
Under nose. But they're so big.
but they're so big
Chin. And it feels so overwhelming.
and it feels so overwhelming.
Collarbone. It's larger than I can fathom.
It's larger than I can fathom.
Underarm. These are big aspirations.
These are big aspirations.
Top of the head. All this anxiety.
All this anxiety.
Eyebrow. I feel it in my heart.
I feel it in my heart.
Side of the eye. It grows and shrinks back like a big beating heart.
It grows and shrinks back like a big beating heart.
Under eye. So much anxiety.
So much anxiety.
Under nose. Am I ready?
Am I ready?
Chin. It's bigger than me.
It's bigger than me.
Collarbone. Who do I think I am?
Who do I think I am?
Underarm. Do I have what it takes?
Do I have what it takes?
Top of the head. This dream is huge.
This dream is huge.
Collarbone. It's a big opportunity.
It's a big opportunity.
Side of the eye. I feel like I'm heading in that direction.
I feel like I'm heading in that direction.
But am I really ready?
But am I really ready?
Under nose. This is a bit scary.
This is a bit scary.
Chin. When I think about getting on that ride.
When I think about getting on that ride.
Collarbone. It's like a can of worms.
It's like a can of worms.
Underarm. Because there's a lot.
Because there's a lot.
Top of the head. Do I really deserve this?
Do I really deserve this?
Eyebrow. Am I really ready?
Am I really ready?
Side of the eye. Because it's so big.
Because it's so big.
It's just a lot to consider.
It's just a lot to consider.
Under nose. Can I really do this?
Can I really do this?
Chin. Do I have what it takes?
Do I have what it takes?
Collarbone. I'm just going to honor how I feel.
I'm just going to honor how I feel.
Because this is my truth right now.
Because this is my truth right now.
Okay, so just take a breath and let's check in. How do you feel now? Did that aggravate and bring the number up? Or I see you yawning. So you're getting rid of a lot of energy right now. It's huge. For those of you listening, Kandi's yawning. And that's one of the ways we can express this move this energy. So what's the intensity now? What's that number?
It's probably gone down in half, so about 3.
Wow, that's huge. Okay, so let's just keep going. See if we can go lower under that 3.
Okay.
Okay, eyebrow. Even though there's been a lot of anxiety in me,
Even though there's been a lot of anxiety in me,
side of the eye, I'm open to releasing some of it now.
I'm open to releasing some of it now.
Under eye, this is a really big dream.
This is a really big dream.
Under the nose, and I'm open to being ready to fulfilling it.
And I'm open to being ready to fulfill it.
Chin. I'm looking for all the ways that I can fulfill this dream.
I'm looking for all the ways that I can fulfill this dream.
Collarbone. It does seem bigger than me.
It does seem bigger than me.
Underarm. But I know there are people who support me.
But I know there are people who support me.
Top of the head. This dream isn't just about me.
This dream is not just about me.
Eyebrow. This dream is about helping others.
This dream is about helping others.
Side of the eye, about being of service.
About being of service.
Under eye, and contributing to the greater good.
And contributing to the greater good.
Under nose. I know that this is not super easy.
I know this is not super easy.
Chin, but I know how much I love this.
But I know how much I love this.
Collarbone, and I know how much impact everything is having. All the work I'm doing is having.
But I know how much impact all the work I'm doing is having.
So I'm open to getting on the ride.
So I'm open to getting on the ride.
It really isn't a can of worms.
It really isn't a can of worms.
It's pretty exhilarating.
It's pretty exhilarating.
And I know I have this tool,
And I know I have this tool,
and I can tap anytime I start to get ramped up again.
and I can tap anytime I start to get ramped up again.
Because I know I am on the right path
Because I know I'm on the right path
for my highest good
for my highest good
and greatest joy.
and greatest joy.
Highest good and joy of all.
Highest good and joy of all.
All right, just take another breath. Let's shake it out. How does that feel in your body now?
I've gone down to about a 1. Now I want a nap.
You don't want to nap. This is huge, right? So we can go very quickly from being very anxious and ramped up down into a relaxed, calm state. And so what this does is help Kandiee and the rest of you who might be tapping along with this. I really highly encourage you to do that and substitute whatever words work best for you. When you do this and you come into this more soothed state, your mind clears and you can think. You can make more clear decisions and point yourself in the direction that you want to go. So it's can seem a bit weird and funny to be tapping on your face and your body, but trust us, this process works, and we love your feedback. So please keep telling us how it's working for you, and let me know, what do you want to work on?
Candy's she's awesome. She knows what she's talking about because it does work. And,
Yeah.
just feedback I've received from radio show for people listening when she's been on my show. And, they're like, it works. I've had
Yeah.
men and women both be impacted by it. So
Yeah, that's phenomenal. It really is. It just warms my heart to know that we're making a difference. So, everybody, please look for theawakenhopeshow.com or on Instagram. It's the same on Instagram, I think. The Awaken Hope Show, I believe.
it's just Awaken Hope Show.
Okay, now the is not there on the Instagram. And you will see it's available wherever you get podcasts and things.
You can
And
go on.
always come back here to YouTube and find this. We're trying to do this every week, put more out there for you so you can have it. Um, Encourage you to come to sandyevenson.com. Lots of links there for the freebies and a sneak peek of my book, which will really give you a lot of tapping information and stories that you will love. Okay. Anything else you want to say today, Kandiee?
You can find my show on Brushwood Media Network. They have an app both for Android as well as Apple.
Oh,
So
good.
if you go onto Brushwood Media Network and you look up Awaken Hope Show, the Awaken Hope Show with Kandiee Campbell, you will be able to listen to my current episodes, previous episodes, and like I said, Sandy's been on and she is a regular guest intentionally because it's impacting people. And if
Yes,
it if this resonates with you or you need some help and support to do something that is impacting your life, don't
exactly.
pause, don't wait, just do.
Yeah, I just have to chime in because of, people that we've worked with where we're helping with, debilitative, painful disease and illness. We're helping with health overall,
Mhm.
helping with weight management. I mean, some of the anxious women I've worked with are underweight because they're just too anxious to eat.
Mm,
I know, many are in the other boat where they really need to lose because of their health, need to lose the pounds. There's relationships, and family dynamics and friendships and um, there's a lot going on in the world, and there's a
mhm.
collective angst that you can just tap on that. There's so much going on, and you just want to keep yourself more grounded so that you can handle the onslaught, stay away from some of it and, just stay informed a little bit. And that's all you need to do. And with
Yep.
that, we're going to sign off and we'll see you next time on the Awaken Hope Show or here at Coach Sandy Evenson. I'll see you soon.